I hate the phrase side hustle almost as much as I hate the phrase passive income. In my opinion, both are complete bullshit. And I'm going to tell you why and give you 3 steps to turn your side hustle into your main hustle, which will also answer the age old question that I hear all the time: when should I quit my job? Okay, so first, I want to break down why most side hustles are for people that are not serious. They aren't committed. They do a half-ass attempt at the business or whatever that side hustle is because they don't fully commit to it. And they say stuff like, I've got a full-time job, or how can I commit to it? I don't have the time. And that's bullshit as well. We have 24 hours in every single day. And if you've got a job, you probably work about 8 hours a day. And let's just say you work 9 to 5. You've got 4 hours before your job and 4 hours after your job that you can be using to focus on your side hustle. But that is for the people that actually want it to become their main hustle, not because they're looking for some extra cash. Now, if you're just after a little side income, some extra change to jingle jangle in your pocket, that's fine, but I am not the guy to help you with that. My goal here is to show you how to turn your side hustle into a legitimate business. So you can only have a side hustle if you have a job or another business, right? And this video is hopefully going to answer the question when you should quit your day job. So here is how I see it. First, you have to be smart. You need to save. You need to not waste money on stupid stuff. Stuff that you don't need, stuff that you only want, right? Stuff that is not moving the needle in your life or your business. You stack your cash from your current job, you start your side hustle, and then you don't even think about quitting until you match your current income with your real job. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, wait a second, I have to work 40 hours a week at my job and then another 40 hours a week at my side hustle to get there. Yes, of course. That's exactly what I'm saying. And I told you how you sleep less, you spend less time wasting time on Netflix or on your phone, scrolling through whatever it is that you're scrolling through. And you focus on growing your business, your side hustle, so that it can eventually eclipse your main hustle. We want to replace the main hustle with the side hustle. That's the bottom line. And think about this. If you work 40 hours for somebody else, they're making pretty much all the money and just paying you a little tiny percentage. You're basically just overhead to them, a number on a spreadsheet. But guess who keeps all the money in the side hustle? You do. Now, of course, you are going to have expenses and overhead yourself, but you get the full benefit from this. So why would you not want to focus more on it? And if you're not making more money working those 40 hours in your own business than you are at your job, you're just not doing it right yet. So obviously, yes, it is scary. It is stressful. And it can be unbelievably intimidating. And most people are never going to go from being employed to self-employed because there is too much risk or perceived risk. There is no safety net. It's basically 100% all in your hands. You are the one that is responsible for whatever happens. But there is a level of leverage that comes with all of that, right? The 40 hours working for yourself should have way more impact than the 40 hours that you're working for somebody else. But don't make the jump until you're forced to by circumstance. You get fired, you get laid off, the company closes, whatever the case is, or you have matched that job's income. And once you hit that point where your side hustle matches your job income, I say, don't quit right away. Sustain it. Sustain it for like 5 or 6 months, right? Or if you are in a situation like I was, I bought a pressure washing business. It was not a great business. It was grossing like $45,000 a year grossing. It had 2 employees. It had a lot of overhead, lots of things that needed to be changed, tweaked, and made better. And I was able to manage and grow the business while maintaining a full-time job. In my case, I was a regional sales manager for a pretty big company, Fortune 50. My situation, obviously different than a lot of people that are watching this. But the point is, I took advantage of my main job to grow my side hustle. But if that isn't in the cards for you, that's why I said 6 months. And why? For 2 reasons. First, you'll be making double the income, your job salary plus whatever you're pulling in from the side hustle, right? Which means if you're smart and you don't spend everything that you make, you maintain the lifestyle of a one salary individual, you are not only going to build your safety net and also give you the confidence, but it will also give you money to invest in marketing, to invest in education, and anything else that you might need to take that side hustle to the next level. And second, those 6 months of dual income, they're going to protect you from the volatility of a small business, the volatility of the market that you're in. Is it a seasonal business, right? We all know about that. You don't want to quit your job after 1 good month, or you score a couple jobs, right? And you think you're the guy. Well, then it might slow down, right? That side hustle income comes to an end, it tanks, and maybe it's the time of year, or you just suck at marketing or customer retention. I mean, these are all things that have a direct impact on the success of your business. And with all that being said, you need consistency and you need stability before you can quit your job. So I did kind of get off on a tangent there. So let's just bullet step this for you. Okay. Step one, you got to secure your financial foundation. And that means living below your means. And I'm talking about relying on the main job to support the side hustle. Save for 6 months if that's the situation that you're in, right? And those are living expenses. Do this before you make any big moves, before you quit your job, before you make any rash decisions. And kind of just, make sure that this is the right thing for you and you are fully committed. Because if you're not, you could be making a big mistake. Anyway, you need to give yourself insurance, right? And I did the same thing when I started my pressure washing business. Mine was kind of the opposite. I saved everything from the wash business. And then I also maintained the same lifestyle that I was living, not going out, not going crazy because the new business was making a bunch of money. I was smart, I was frugal, and I reinvested what I needed to so the business could grow. Step two is before you quit, grow your side hustle income to match your day job income. Now, if your side hustle is already generating half your job income in just a few hours a week, imagine what it could do if you could put all of your time, all of your energy into that. That's when you know it is time to take the leap. That's when it's time to pack up, call it a day, tell them you quit and move on. But be smart about it. Be strategic about it because the transition from a steady paycheck to fully relying on your hustle is tough and it is stressful. I know because I have been there. I have done that. I read the book. I bought the t-shirt and, I got some gray hair from it. Regardless, we're going to move on to step three. And this is where it gets real, okay? You need to minimize your risks, okay? People don't talk enough about how risky it is to jump from a steady paycheck to full-time entrepreneurship, right? And I'm telling you this step is absolutely critical. You need to stack everything in your favor before you make the leap. And this is how. First, you need to slash your living expenses, right? I talked about that. Be frugal, be smart. I'm talking about cutting everything that you can. If you can get your expenses down to almost nothing, that's time and that's mental energy that you get back to invest in your hustle. Next, you need to build systems. Now, this is one of the most important things that you can do for a lot of different reasons, but most importantly, systems are what will keep your business running smoothly, even when things get chaotic. And trust me, things are going to get chaotic, okay? And you need to automate everything that you can, whether that's invoicing, quoting, scheduling, automate your email and your text blast, automate all of your email sequences, your email follow-ups, right? Which is also going to help with customer retention, the possibility for more upsells. And obviously, it's going to help to increase the lifetime value by maintaining both of those things. Now, when I started All American Pressure Washing, I did not have any systems at all. There was nothing in place, no software. There was no apps. It was all on paper and it was chaotic as fuck. I wasn't keeping track of my customers. And honestly, I don't know how much money I was making back then. It was, all on paper, like I said, and I don't know where those papers are now. And knowing your numbers, understanding who your customers are and keeping track of them, all critical if you're going to be running your business like a business. Now, obviously, you fast forward 20 years, I now have all of those things in place because I had to create all of those things myself with Quote IQ. But again, leveraging your current situation to make your future situation better is what this entire video is about, right? And the ability to do what I did with Quote IQ is a direct result of how I grew my business from a side hustle to my main hustle, which allowed me to then do other things with the money that I made from those. But the bottom line here, the more that you can streamline, the less risks that you take because you're not relying on everything going perfectly day to day. And if you're relying on your memory to, remember your customers and how much you charged them and estimates and all of that, all the follow-ups, you're not going to be able to do it. We are busy. In fact, we wear so many hats and we've got so many irons in the fire as small business owners. It's almost impossible to do all of that without having something in place that helps us with that. And having good software is going to let you do that. And this is not a sales pitch for Quote IQ. Well, actually, yes, it is. Go download Quote IQ. You can try any tier for $1. Test it out for yourself and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. The next is diversity. Okay. You need to diversify your income streams. You don't want all of your eggs in one basket because if you're relying on just one service, then you're really walking on thin ice that can break at any time. Start thinking about how you can expand your services or add new revenue streams that align with your current business. For me, it wasn't just pressure washing. We added gutter cleaning, roof washing. We added a bunch of commercial accounts. And when you diversify like that, that's protecting you from when one of those streams slows down. And we talk about insurance, right? Protecting yourself, mitigating liability. And now we're going to talk about insurance for your business, for your life, but not what you're thinking. I am talking about a backup plan, right? when things don't go as they planned, and they most of the time they probably won't, maybe a big commercial account pulls out, right? And your busy season doesn't bring in as much money as you thought it was. It got slower, faster than you had anticipated. And I've done my best to have redundancies in place. And by that, I mean, like, I got one gas station chain early on and I saw how great it was, right? Recurring revenue, consistency. But I also knew that if they pulled out, I'd be fucked. I would probably have to let somebody go, one of the employees. So what did I do? I went out and I found another gas station chain. I secured a contract because I learned the hard way. And the hard way wasn't the fun way. And the hard way is when somebody pulls out and leaves you flat footed, you're screwed. You have to scramble, and that's not fun. And there's nothing worse than scrambling to pay bills, right? Worried about keeping your guys employed or just having money to eat. So try to have contingency plans in place for everything that you could possibly think of, which could go wrong. Now, finally, what you need to do is you need to test your side hustle under stress. And what I mean by this is you need to think about all the curveballs that you might face, right? And you think about this before you quit your job. Like, what happens if you lose your biggest customer, right? Can you recover? Can you handle double the workload without pissing off your current customers, right? This is the time to figure out what could break. This is the time to figure out how to plan for those things. You need to test these things before you go full time, because once you quit, there is no more safety net. And at the end of the day, turning your side hustle into the main hustle is about being smart. It's about being patient, being strategic. So don't be in a rush to quit your day job, right? Until you've done everything possible to stack the odds in your favor. And trust me, the road to going full time, right? It's not easy, but with the right steps, thinking strategically, thinking intelligently, you can minimize your risks and set yourself up for success. But I have to say this right now. This is not easy. It is not for everybody. If you are not committed, if you don't have the testicular fortitude to push forward, to get knocked down and get back up, stay at your day job, right? But to recap everything that we talked about, save aggressively, match your day job income first, eliminate all the risks that you can. And once you've done all that, then you can go all in, and then you hopefully can watch your side hustle take off. So thanks for watching the video with me. And if you're ready to make that leap, we do offer one-on-one coaching if you are truly serious. Now, this is not free. This is not cheap. But if you need accountability and you want the blueprint to make it all happen, I'm here to help. There's a link below for that. Thanks for watching.